Hello everybody and welcome to this video. My name is Liam Chase with The Daily Chase. If you're new to the channel, on this channel I share my journey trading. I trade options, and on this channel I share pretty much every trading day. I share my thought process, my profits, my losses, really everything in between, just my entire experience, lessons I learned, mistakes I made, things I did right. And so it's just really me documenting the journey of not only being a trader, but working on becoming a millionaire by age 25. And trading is one of the ways, one of my income streams to help me achieve that goal. So if you want some inspiration, if you want somebody, if you want to feel like there's somebody going through that process, that journey with you, this is definitely the channel for you. So be sure to subscribe. And it's more than just trading, right? And we'll talk about that later. But let's get into today's trade. So today it opened up right at resistance, basically. Pretty strong resistance. And dove down. I'm just going to go through this quick because I'm not trading at this point. I'll let you know when I enter the trades. Dove down, stopped here, and I formed this support, so I drew this across. Bounced up, didn't quite hit the top, didn't quite retest resistance, but it got pushed down by this downtrend, the yellow downtrend, and came back to the bottom of support. So at this point it was basically converging, and one or the other was going to win. It was either going to be support that won or the downtrend that won, and it bounced off support. And at this point, for some reason, I believed that that the downtrend would win, and based on the last day, maybe that was a fair assumption. And not to mention, I had this resistance drawn all the way over. So for some reason I felt that the downtrend and resistance was going to win, this resistance. So I bought in a put. I saw it go higher. I was like, all right, let me get a cheaper and even better contract. So I went in for another put, and then proceeded to watch the market skate up. Got pretty close to resistance, came back down a little bit, and then came up. And at this point, as we were approaching this resistance level, I was like, okay, obviously I made the wrong call by placing a put. So let me just get out of this trade. Let me cut my losses. Let me reassess the scenario. Let me just see what happens as we approach this resistance level. So I got out of my puts right here. I was down maybe $130, $150, about 15%. It was a pretty big hole. And now I was on the mission to dig myself out of that hole. So I was able to just reset, and I saw it just push right through here. As you can see, it really didn't serve as resistance right here. Pushed through. I wanted for it to confirm, see if it would be a false breakthrough or if it would just keep going. I was looking at the 5-minute chart, saw it keep going, saw it came back down and then pushed back up, so it was good enough for me. So I got in for a call, and then when this candle closed, I got in for another call, and then proceeded to watch it skate up. So from there, I was waiting for it to hit this resistance up here. It did come across, actually that was higher. Anyways, I did have, that was actually more like, I want to say it was more like right here. I did see this right here, some way, somehow, and then it ended up breaking it. And then as we got closer to this resistance, I figured it would have a false breakthrough there like it did yesterday. So as we approached, I just anticipated the sell, ended up getting right up at the top, and before it proceeded to fall back down. So overall, it was a pretty flat day. Let's see, I ended up $3 down, which is down 0.28%. So overall, not a terrible day from what it started. Earlier in the morning, being down about 15%, was able to pretty much fully recover and completely dig myself out of the hole. But let me just share with you, how this trade could have easily went the other way. This could have been a wildly profitable day, and quite frankly, between yesterday's false breakthrough and today's bounce off support, I probably could have doubled or even tripled my account, but I just wasn't being fully aware of my surroundings in the context of what was going on. So let me explain to you why for some reason I put in puts right here. So first of all, I had this red resistance right here, and this it clearly looks pretty invalid. As you can see, there's just all kinds of candles going through it. It's no longer valid. It was valid back here for a time, but no longer valid over here. So number one, I should have took note of that. Number two, as you can see, this yellow trend line earlier in the day, it bounced down off of the yellow trend line, right? So I mean, it bounced off let's just call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was bouncing off of the trend line pretty consistently. But this support had established, and this was the newest, and it had confirmed because it bounced off twice. So basically, it was a battle between the downtrend and support, and then I was also considering this resistance. Now, for some reason, I felt like the downtrend and the resistance would win because I went in for a put right here and a put right here. Now, I should have just never paid attention to this because it wasn't valid. And, you know, this is a toss-up because it did bounce 4 times previously off of it. So, I mean, maybe that's valid. But what I really should have paid attention to, and what I wasn't paying attention to at the time, was this newly created support that was confirmed after bouncing off of it twice, right? So, if anything, these should have been calls. But it really could have went either way, but I probably should have got out of these puts a little bit earlier, maybe after this broke through, maybe after this closed. But it probably would have been a little bit lower, a little less losses, but probably even sooner because with all this momentum and the breakthrough, I probably should have just got out. And realistically, the best case scenario is I should have recognized this valid support. Once it confirmed the bounce off after this candle, probably went in for a call, and I could have rode this all the way to the top. But luckily, I was able to recover, reassess, pull myself back together, and get in for a good trade, and make my losses back. So ended up down about $3 on a $1,000 account, almost $1,200 account. So not a bad day, not a great day. Could have been much better, like I said. If I was just paying attention between the last 2 days, I should have seen this false breakthrough. That's my bread and butter trade. Could have probably doubled my account and probably could have doubled it again today. Now, it didn't happen that way, and I say that now in hindsight, but I do believe that if I was paying better attention that it could have happened. And so one thing I want to tell you is if you have a bad day, don't let it cloud your head the next day. I was definitely better today than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was just greedy, over trading, chasing profit, had FOMO. I was just all of that. Today was much calmer. I felt much more confident. I probably shouldn't have placed this trade. I really probably wasn't 100% certain as I was with this trade. So that's just something to be aware of. But anyways, that's really my day here. So if you found this video, if you learned something from this, if you got some value out of this, if it was entertaining to you, working on being more entertaining. This was the second time I had to record the video because I forgot to record my screen and I just recorded myself talking. So if you enjoyed the video, if you want to see more videos like this, and by the way, this, like I said earlier, this is not just a trading channel. This is my channel, Liam Chase. That's what this channel is about myself, my journey, really to becoming a millionaire by 25 and beyond that. That's my medium-term goal, is becoming a millionaire by 25, and options is one of my income streams. So be sure to hit the like button if you did like it, and subscribe if you want to continue following me on my journey, and I'll be there with you on your journey, and we can rise to the top together. But anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. See ya.